Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I'm Rob, and today I shall be attempting to take this Dinky Vangaurd from shabby to shiny. Now you hopefully see a few videos ago I had a Dinky kind of Facebook marketplace haul, big purchase of a load of cars, picked up from a lovely lady called Janet, and this is the first restoration from that box. So I really like this one. It's plain and simple, but with the age of it, I kind of treated it a little bit different, I think. Certainly with more respect than perhaps what you would do with just taking apart a modern Hot Wheels, and hopefully you can see that in the final result. But this one will be up with 2,000 likes. It could be yours, so get commenting, get liking, and this one certainly could be yours. So this is the car in question, so a larger scale piece, and underneath you can see that it reads Dinky Toys Vangaurd, made in England, and Meccano Limited. And I'm just kind of having a little look at the tyres and the rivets, and see how we're going to be taking this apart to do the least amount of damage if possible. And actually this little rivet here is kind of coming through. I didn't need to take away too much material, as you can see there. I didn't have to take away too much material to pop off this base, and I wanted to take off just enough for me to pop it back on without requiring any screws and such. But before I started to go with my known methods of paint removal, I started off with a base, probably about, I want to say 80% of that white, a good kind of dollop of brown, a little touch of yellow, and then a little touch of black. And we've come up with this colour, which is definitely close and in the ballpark of the original. So let's get taken off the heads of these rivets. And here we are. So the wheels are out now. Now the rear wheels, there is no kind of rollover on the end of these axles. They are literally held in by the bodywork itself. But on the front wheels, there is a rollover on the end, and these wheels will be staying on this axle. And you can see now the kind of base plate there has been pushed back on, and it kind of clips back in. And I really like that I don't need to drill this one today. As you can see, giving it a good tug, it really is on there. And actually the additional paint that I put on later on just kind of provides that little bit of extra strength keeping this base plate on. Bearing in mind, my children won't be playing with this one. This is now a showpiece, so I've got no fear of this base coming off or wheels coming out. But let's get the two pieces here into the caustic soda. So into they go, into my foot-long hot dog jar. Cover the casting with some boiling water. I'm going to go with 2 tablespoons of caustic soda. You'll see here a brand new bag of caustic soda that'll keep me busy for the next month or two. So a relatively violent reaction to start with. Thankfully my foot long is enough to contain it. And then certainly with the second tablespoon just being a little bit more gentle with placing it in the foot-long hot dog jar. I wonder if you guys have seen on my Facebook page where I've showed or shared the picture of the a new or recently new foot-long hot dog jar. Check it out if you haven't already. But it was quite nice to see this one. A lot of reaction in the caustic soda solution there. Really fizzing away. kind of after I turned the camera off, I just watched it for about 5 minutes. It was, I guess, soothing to watch. But whilst that's doing its business, I wanted to kind of make the old tyres malleable for me to pull them off. I didn't want them to break or crack. They're in really good condition. You know, they're dulled and need a bit of work. But I thought, you know, I'll take them off. And as you can see here, it done its business. It made them lovely and soft. I could easily pop them off. But it was at this point that once I'd actually cleaned the wheels and see the wheels wet, that I thought, wouldn't it be great to just leave a little bit of originality on this casting? And I left the tyres on. I left the front axle kind of as it was. And instead of taking it all apart and painting it, I'm going to leave those as they are, but just with a little bit of shiny treatment. And I hope that you agree that was the right decision to make. Now the base plate here was a little bit bent, so very thin metal, easily kind of bent back to a straight position. And I think just doing that as well probably helped the reattaching it later on. And I thought that kind of some of this paint was still on, but as you can see, I just wiped it with my finger. So taking off my rubber glove, I'm going to just buff out the roof section. And that's what I'm going to be aiming for all over. So here it is, the base plate as well, getting the same wire brush treatment. Looked quite good as it was in the unpainted, what I'd normally go for, but I did want to paint it black like the original. And the main casting there, quite interesting I thought, to see the Vangaurd stamped into the main body there. But I'm just going to grab my Tamiya surface primer in grey. And hit it up from the underside first of all. Because there's no glass or interior, and you could obviously see through to the inside that is casting, I wanted to really make effort on making the inside as good as the outside. Just before the kind of editing of this video and voiceover, I sent the pictures to Janet of the before and after, and yeah, she was very pleased, and that makes me happy. Now we're going to be using the TS14 on the base plate here. I must admit, the finish on this has been perfect. This TS14 was made for these Dinky base plates, I think. But anyway, so here we are now with the, what would you call it? It's kind of like a very light beigey browny colour. And against this grey undercoat or primer, I was struggling to see it, and I think you could probably struggle to see it almost on camera. I must have put on 3 coats. Of course, I use more paint than what I would normally do. Another 50% more than what I would use on my standard die cast. And I don't show it, but I layered up the lacquer or the clear coat afterwards. Would you believe? I would say that it was more shiny before I added the clear coat, but never mind. I think it's still shiny, but I perhaps should have just left it alone. So we're working on the wheels now, and I'm going to be using the Pledge solution to get these wheels and tyres not only protected but to shine. And then it's been 24 hours. You can see I've added a little bit of chrome around the front. I've done a little bit of Googling, and I wanted to, you know, this is a restoration. It's not a custom, it's not a restoration plus. It's as good as a restoration as what I could do. And that's where the chrome appeared to be. And then the base plate there, like I say, that TS, what was it, TS14, done really good job. And then again with the Pledge solution, really happy with the way that those wheels turned out. But I'm going to put it back together off camera, and this is a little reminder of what she looked like. And this is the result. So around the side here, you can see the original wheels and the shiny tyres, and I really like those. I'm glad that I didn't paint them, and I like just that tiny little bit of originality that's now remaining on this car forever. Around the back, looking at the Google images, it appeared that the kind of chrome was on the outside of that rear bumper and nothing else. And again, another nice little side shot with those wheels. And then coming around to the front, chrome on the front bumper, the front grille and the headlights. Looking close like the day that it rolled off the production line. And remember, 2,000 likes, it could be yours. So I want to take this opportunity to thank my patrons. So another thanks to Janet. And thanks to you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this one, and you'll stick around for the next.